Okay, so in today's video we're going to be carrying on where we left you in the last one, which was right in the middle of the Robin Hood triangle. Now we ran out of time on the last video because we've done so much exploring, so I thought I'd split it into two parts and then we can fit it all in and I can show you everything that I've found. So this is where we currently were in the last video. So we had made our way up from Matty Lane, down here, up through there. We were looking at the bridge that crossed the tracks here and the water tower. And then we made our way up into this triangle here, and I was looking for the engine shed, which we couldn't find because of the overgrowth. And then we ended up looking a bit further up in here and I found an old building. Now that old building was what I think was a maintenance shed to do with the engine shed. So it was somewhere near the engine shed, but it wasn't quite. I think it was where the trains used to come in and park alongside and they could inspect underneath, and also at the top side as well. So that's where we'll be starting today's video. We're going to have a look inside that building. I'm just going to stick the camera in with a torch and see if we can see anything inside. Also on today's video we're going to be looking for the remains of the water tower, or the large building that I found on the pictures that I showed you in the last video. It's a large building, it looks like a water tower, but I don't think it was. Again, I'm still yet to confirm what that building actually was. Now that building was situated just around here, on the top right of the triangle there. And we're going to be heading up there a bit later in this video, and I'm going to find or have a look round and explore and see if there's anything left of that building, and see if I can find where it was as well. We're also going to be looking for a bridge that used to cross here, and also another bridge that used to cross here. So there were 3 bridges in total on this triangle. We've already seen the bottom one here. We're going to look for this one, and we're also going to see if there's anything else left in this triangle here. But we'll be ending the video today around this point here. And then that next section from there onwards will be the Rothwell video. So that'll be coming up shortly after this one. So we're going to explore in this triangle. So let's get back down to the building and I'm going to show you inside. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so I'm just going to shove you in there. Hopefully you can see anything in there. It's just a square room really, not much inside. Can't see any features. No, there's nothing to see really. It's just a lot of rubbish inside. Okay, so let's head up further, see if we can find anything else. Okay, so I've just found something else. It's definitely another building here. You can just see the corner of it, but it's buried right underneath all this topsoil and rubbish. So I'll just show you down there. You can see the corner. You can see concrete and bricks down there. So that's another corner of a building down there. Let's see if there's anything around the other side. Now, whatever it is buried under here. Now there are, if you look at the old maps, there are numerous buildings in this area, so it could be any of them. But it's just a shame I can't get into there. I bet there's a lot of stuff around here. It's just too overgrown and it's winter as well. Can you imagine this in middle of summer? I'd have no chance. So let's press on anyway. Let's go further up and see what we find. Okay, I've just found all these in the trees. Looks like a lot of concrete posts of some sort. Let's get down here. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's a lot of concrete there. You can see it going right down. So I'm presuming it's under the soil again. But like I said, that could be the remains of the station, because they would have had to dump it all somewhere, and all that embankment as well that's gone would have been dumped around here, so, or somewhere. So I'm guessing it could be anything really. It looks like it's definitely concrete, but who knows? I know the building was made out of wood, but I'm sure there would have been some concrete involved. Okay, let's press on this way. I'm still in the triangle. Just looking for anything.
As you can see, it's just full of rubbish. But again, you can see massive mounds of soil, huge mounds. So they've definitely dumped a lot of stuff here. But it's also covered a lot of this up, so unless the remains are quite tall, you're not going to see it because it's going to be buried. There could even be tracks here, who knows. But they'll probably be 5-6 feet down or more. Yeah, there's nothing much to see here. So we're now back out on the track bed. The track continues in that direction towards Rothwell. So that's the top right hand part of the triangle heading out towards Rothwell, towards them pylons there. We're going to head a bit further up there in a minute, and then behind me obviously back down towards the join or the split. But we're going to head over the other side, across the triangle, and I'm going to go down the other side of the track, the Rothwell Hague quarry. I keep saying quarry and colliery. So we're going to head down that side, so I'll take you this way. So this is right in the middle of the triangle, as you can see. So we're right in the middle here. This pathway that I'm on now, you can see stones down there. This is original. If you look at the maps, there's a footpath through here, even in the 1910s, 1800s even. Now can you see, so the triangle, the track went off that way to Rothwell, and then that way to the Rothwell quarry. But can you see the embankment across there? Across the back. It's been bisected there, but that's the top of the triangle, the curve. So that's the trees where I was a minute ago. All down that section is where I've explored. We'll just go over this way, have a look at this side, and then we'll head back down the Rothwell side. So I'm just heading up the top of the embankment, which I just showed you. So I'm right at the top of the embankment now. I just stand there, you can see. So behind me you've got Rothwell, and that way as well. So the line would have got up there, which we will cover in a later video. But this is the triangle right behind me. So I'm right in the middle of the top of the triangle. So back left and back right. You can walk down there past the rhubarb sheds, and just seen this as well. Looks like a lot of dumped rubbish. It's definitely not old, it's definitely new, that. But we're just going to head over there because there's some steps, which are original steps as well. Right, so we're just coming up to the end of the pathway that crosses the triangle, which I said was there originally. And I believe there was a bridge here. It was on the early 1800 maps, but not the later ones, so I don't know how long it lasted. But I mean, there's lots of concrete around here, so who knows. But there's nothing as substantial as the other one. But if you look down there, again, there's lots of mounds, so it could be buried in there somewhere. But these are the original steps. So I mean, if there was a bridge here, I'm presuming it would have, because the track bed is just there. If there was a bridge here, it probably would have spanned across to the ground level up there. So they wouldn't have needed them unless it was just access stairs to come down. Or when the bridge disappeared, maybe they built them as an easier way, but you would have had to cross the tracks, which in them days I don't think was a problem. So, but they're the original steps. They're actually, again, made out of sleepers, timber. I'll show you a closer look. You can see that they're definitely timber sleepers. Whether they're railway sleepers, I've no idea, but they're timber. But nothing much to see in this bit. So we'll head back out into the triangle, and if you look to my left, that's the track bed there, going off down to the Rothwell Hague Quarry and the Rothwell Hague Colliery. Try saying that when you're drunk. So that line went down there and ventured off and joined the main line further down. But we will cover that on a later video. We'll definitely do it, but on a later video. There's not much to see on that line. I can show you the routes, but there isn't much else. Just a lot of fields. I can show you the quarries though, because there's lots of concrete left from the quarries and things. So I'm back into the triangle now, and I think we're going to head down that way, which is the left side of the triangle, which we haven't done yet. So let's go that way. So I've had a change of plan. It's a bit muddy that way, so I'm going to head across the triangle and take you to the Rothwell side and finish that off over there. And then I can come back later on the way back and do this side. While we're over here, again on the old picture that I've got and on the maps, there is another bridge over here, and there is also what looks like a giant water tower or giant building of some sort. Again, on the later maps it was gone, so let's see if we can find any remains of the bridge or the building over here. So I'm back down on the track bed now, heading towards Rothwell that way, and there are some old steps here. I think they are original. The concrete. This is just up the embankment at the side. Now I have been up here before, and it's like a back footpath or passage across the back of the rhubarb farm and the rhubarb sheds. So we just come up here. As you can see, it carries on down there, which is level with the railway line, and in there we've got the rhubarb sheds for the farm. So let's go back this way. I'm just looking around for any remains, but there isn't any. If there's anything left, there's lots of rubbish. I'm looking for concrete footers or of some sort. So maybe this is where the bridge was. Maybe it went from bank to bank. So them steps could have been added later. So the bridge could have been here, across there to the other side. So when I come back, I'll walk up there and see if I can see anything on that side. So let's go back down the steps. And then take a right. So there was a building around here somewhere. But again, I don't know if it was on the upper level or down at the side of the tracks. So again, some old railway sleepers there. Definitely original. There's a lot of concrete posts in the trees, I've noticed. All the way down there's loads of concrete posts, which would have been for the fences along the side of the track. There's hundreds of them. You can see them in the hedges further back as well. So I think that's pretty much it. I can't see any signs of any buildings. It's just the track bed and embankments. So I think this is as far as we're going to go on this video, because if I keep going down there we're going to end up in Rothwell, and obviously Rothwell will be the next one, the next in the series, so we won't go down there. I'm going to head this way now. Now I'm on the other side of the embankment from the bridge, or the steps, and I can't see anything on this side, so it would appear either it's completely gone or I'm wrong about where it was. As you can see, there is nothing down there. So there's no sign of any bridge down here, apart from those steps up there. But maybe it was long gone. It was definitely on the maps. If you look at the old maps, it's definitely on there. There's one this top corner, there's one the other top corner, and there's the big one at the start of the triangle where I showed you. Obviously you can see that one, but nothing else. So I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else. No. So I think what we'll do, we'll head across the triangle and down the other side that we haven't done yet and see if we can find anything down there. So I'll see you in a minute. So when I mentioned earlier on that there was a bridge and a huge water tower of some sort, this probably was where it was. Just looked at the map and it was directly at the end of the garden of a certain house. I found the house and I'm at the end of the garden and we're quite high up, very high actually, probably 10 feet up, and all around me these concrete posts, lots and lots and lots of rubble and red bricks. Now that building to me looked like it was made out of red bricks, so as with everything round Leeds. So I'll probably hazard a guess that if it was anywhere, it was here. It's concrete down there as well. Okay, so I'm heading back down the track now on the left hand side of the triangle, and I'm glad I don't have to walk in that. That's what's left of the track bed, so I'm sticking to the grass bank at the side. Okay, so we're heading down here. I've covered the inside there. That's where I was in the brambles earlier, in the trees. And I'm keeping my eye out for things on this side and obviously further down as well. So I'll get back to you if I find anything. So I've just crossed where the line splits on the triangle, so right there and left there. I'm now coming down the track bed where there would have been 4 tracks wide here. And there's all these down here. Massive stone blocks right in the middle of the tracks. So obviously these have been moved here later. Maybe, who knows. But they are huge and they look like bricks, but like bridge blocks, should I say. So I'm wondering if they were from the Matty Lane Bridge, which was down there. Now, as we know, the Matty Lane Bridge was, well, it's completely gone. The embankment's gone, everything's gone, it's totally disappeared. The Matty Lane is still there, but the bridge, the abutments either side, completely vanished. Could that be them? Looks like it to me, and I bet they're on the other side as well. They continue all the way down here. They've made like a rockery out of it, almost like a central feature with some trees in. But I'm betting that wasn't there, because there was 4 tracks here. There's no way they would have fit 4 tracks and a nice little rockery in the middle, since I doubt it was very picturesque back in the day. But they're still continuing under the ivy here, all the way down. You can see them there, look. Definitely, you can see they made like a diamond shape in the middle and planted some trees. Like a convergence sort of thing. But again, still here. There's far too many square blocks for my liking. They're not just rocks, they are carved out blocks. So definitely in squares. So I'm willing to bet money that is the remains of the Matty Lane Bridge over there, or the other half of the Ledwell Lane Bridge, both of which have disappeared. So you've got one side of Ledwell Lane but not the other. So it could be either or both, who knows. So Matty Lane Bridge would have been just down there, just down the hill. But I'm betting that that was the blocks from the bridge. Let's just have a look up this side. So I can't see anything on this side of the blocks, but we are higher up on this side. That's much lower down there. This is slightly raised, so I'm wondering if they are there, but they're just buried. But yeah, I'm pretty convinced that that's what they are. If you head back down here now, so we're coming back down the track bed that we came up earlier on, you can see what I was saying earlier. If you go into the edges, there's concrete posts all the way down. They're definitely the original railway posts. So they would have been at the side of the railway. Just keeping my eyes peeled for anything else that you may see. But I hope you've enjoyed this little explore. Now, this video was originally going to be about the history of the line and the different sections. But it's kind of turned into an explore, which, to be honest, I prefer. I love exploring. I hate just standing and talking. I love showing you things and exploring. So I hope you found this interesting. And I'm sorry we had to split it into 2 parts, but there was just too much. So like I say, I wanted to squeeze it into one 22-minute video, but it was just too much to show you. And I'm sure you didn't want to miss out in 22 minutes. So what the hell, I split it in half. But I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. I've really enjoyed coming up here. And I don't live too far away, so it's not a hassle, but the light is fading now, as you can see. It is January. It's probably 4 o'clock, so it's starting to disappear fast. So I'm going to head back to the car. But I really hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this video and exploring this section of track. So if you join me in the next one, we will continue down that side and into Rothwell and see what we can find down there. But I think that's what I'm going to do with these videos, is I'm going to turn them into a bit of history, an overview, and also an explore as well. I mean, why not? Let's explore at the same time, see if we can find anything that's left over. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, or these 2 videos. Once again, thank you very much for joining me. Please give me a like and a subscribe on the channel. That would help me greatly and makes what I'm doing worthwhile. But thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.